She is a Jill of all trades.
I am.
So
Pause.
she.
You have something on your tooth, everyone. On this one right here. Yep.
Bless this soil, bless this earth, blessed with rhymes before afterbirth.
I'm eccentric, controversial. I'm political, somewhat subliminal. Philanthropic, nonconformist, so I'm criminal. I'm a criminal.
Did you hurt me? Don't be scared, see. When it all goes down, I'll be there. Soaring high to the top, that's our destiny. Drop that load, pack your dreams, and fly high with me. Fly high with me.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. That's the beautiful thing about social media and the internet, right? You can watch this whenever. It's not like it used to be 20 and 30 years ago, back in the old days. Can you believe that? Back in the old days, huh? Yeah. So, I have what we would refer to as a special guest. Now, and I'm not just saying special guest because this will be the only time she's on the show. This is a rare thing because she'll be joining me hopefully throughout. This is the very first episode of Blindsided by the Walking Dead in the RAW. BBTWD ITR. Everything's about letters. But first of all, let me introduce my special guest. And she's special because she is my wife. Commaleta Singleton, everybody. Give it up for Commaleta Singleton. That's when the crowd goes wild. That's when they go crazy. So welcome. How does it feel to be in front of the camera?
Out of my skin, outside of my skin for sure.
This is a new thing for you, huh? It's good.
And it's not like I haven't been in front of the camera before. It's just this is a different type of feel, you know? This is more scripted, if you will.
But we're improv though. It's scripted but unscripted. This is totally improv. This is right off the dome.
Yeah, I'm a behind the scenes girl, y'all. For everybody who knows me, you know that. I am behind the camera. In front of the camera is a different place for me to get comfortable.
She's an everything woman. She's talking about she's a behind the scenes girl. She's everything. She is a jack. We have to change that. Jack of all trades. You are a Jill. She is a Jill of all trades.
I am. You have something on your tooth, everyone. On this one right here. Yep. I don't want to touch it because my hands have been on camera equipment.
Give the rabbit teeth, everybody.
We're gonna cut this.
No.
We are.
No.
We are definitely cutting me cleaning the rabbit teeth. Did I get it?
Yeah.
It's underneath. You gotta lick it now. It's some food. It looks like some cilantro. Maybe that's.
I haven't had the cilantro. I had a smoothie because I'm cleansing right now. But this is why we call it in the raw. Not for some of you individuals whose minds may be in the gutter, like, oh, in the raw. Oh, I'm tuning in right now. But no, in the raw, anything goes. We talk about anything. Put it all on the table. Even those.
We really are.
Yeah, I want to keep it. Yeah. I mean, I think they want to keep it. I think you guys. This is why you're going to tune into this show. It's like, what makes this different from anything else? So I think that is part of the reason.
And see, I'm a technical person when it comes to things like that because I got to scrub and make sure that everything's perfect and succinct, and we have all of the mistakes and errors and imperfections cut out of videos. But I guess again, this is going to be very different. Right?
But then again, it would contradict the title of the show, right? In the raw. I really don't want to do any cutting at all. I don't. I mean, that, if we screw up, if we flub a word or two or whatever, because we don't have a script, we're just talking. I want to keep it. That's life, right? It happens like that in life. Sometimes we can't get our words out, even if we're presenting at some meeting. somewhere and we can't get our words out, what do we do? So with me being a theater person, I'm kind of used to it. So if you screw up on stage, there's no, all right, cut, let's do it again.
See, that's the whole thing, guys. He is a theater person, so he's already prepared and groomed for this kind of thing. Me, on the other hand, he wants to put me out there looking all cray-cray in front of the camera, having my face all, contorted in certain ways. We have certain things we do or certain comments, but it's okay. I can get used to this. I didn't sign up for the in the raw part of In the Raw.
Well, cray is good when you're in the play. See, we're playing, we're having fun right now. But this is the introductory phase of the show. And Blind Side of the Walking Dead In the RAW is basically based on my book, Blind Side of the Walking Dead, which is based on my one-man show. Depends on how you look at it. The one-man show came first, but then the name was changed from IronE the Resurrected to Blind Side of the Walking Dead after the book was written. And so the two are kind of, there's a reciprocal relationship, I guess. It's kind of symbiotic type relationship. So it's really kind of hard to say which one came first. Right, it's a crossover. And the book is about life and my experiences and how those experiences relate to life as a whole, everything that we deal with. It's the human experience about pain and struggle and triumph and forgiveness, love, truth. Those two words are key to this whole show.
Absolutely.
Truth and love. So the things that motivated and inspired me to write the book Blind Side of the Walking Dead and to perform the one-man show also inspired us to do this here, because we're asking ourselves, okay, what else can be done? We need to do more. Our mantra is truth and love. And we want to always be as authentic as we possibly can. We want to always put truth out there, but not without the love. Because the truth without the love is no good. And the love without the truth, I don't think that's possible.
Absolutely, the two go hand in hand. One without the other.
Yeah.
And definitely, I think the book and the play, they do a good job of showing, just the authentic side of your life and how lives just, cross over and intersect. We all have things that we go through and we deal with, and I think that the book does a good job of helping everyone to know that we're all one and the same. And our struggles are what connects us. And so we hope that we're able to convey that in these vlogs as well, as we give you guys more insight into who we are.
We got a blooper. These vlogs.
And then he wants to.
We got a blooper. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's what
that's
you.
That's real though.
There are going to be a lot of those too, y'all. Lots of tape. We're going to take up most of the show with bloopers.
No, but I'm going to tell you something. This is very cathartic, because before we started shooting, we had a slight disagreement, and she was a little upset with me. I was just somewhat, but this happens in relationships, and this is the stuff that we want to address. But I have to tell you, men, you better learn to shake it off, especially if you're planning on getting married. You better learn to shake it off. Otherwise, you're going to have an unhappy household for a long time.
Hey,
now,
shaking it off is a requirement for both sides. Truly.
Hey.
We both have things that we just kind of poking and prod at each other about different things that we never fails that we always get past and get over it. But that's what relationships are about. I mean, in all relationships, mother-daughter, mother-son, sister-brother, husband-wife, of course, and I think that the big take-home is that, people that you love the most, people that you're around the most, you tend to, often take them for granted, let your hair down and let out your frustrations, and your candor comes out in a different way when you're with those that will be there regardless of, your bloopers, if you will. So, that's kind of it, is understanding that, as long as you are open, communicating, and willing to compromise, and, just take some woosah moments, and, then you get past things.
I think,
and we always do.
Yes, we do. Yes. Makeup kiss.
Makeup kiss now with my cold. I just got over the flu.
Oh,
and
no,
he wants
on the
this.
cheek, on the cheek.
Yeah.
Cheek.
You gonna go cheek? All right.
All right,
I can't even
good.
go cheek. He's not gonna even let me go cheek.
I'm going to the
y'all.
cheek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your distance. But I think you all want to know what the squabble was all about, right? The disagreement was about. I asked her where her phone was, and she said, I don't know. But she assumed, and then I didn't hear her say, I don't know. So I said, where'd you say it was? I thought she was saying, she was telling me where her phone was. So I was like, where'd you say? And she said, I said, I don't know. And she said, I said it with an attitude. It was the slightest stuff. This is what happens in a marriage when you've been married for going on 20 years, 19 years. And I was like, no, I thought you told me where it was. I just didn't hear it. So I asked again. And you assumed that I had a certain tone about it. And I said, no, I don't have a tone about it. So I said, I think it's probably perhaps because we're about to shoot our first vlogcast. Get it? Video, blog, podcast. We mixed all three of them together. We got a vlogcast. We're the first to do it right here, right?
Vlogcast.
On BBTWD ITR. RAW. That's a lot of letters, though. I think
it is a lot of letters.
But this is the millennial
and
generation.
Don't try. You see how he's trying to move things along after he got his side all up in the camera. So I'm about to tell y'all the real behind the scenes about Mr. Singleton and why things got to where they were.
Don't get too raw. Don't get too raw with it.
Not to get real raw.
Not too raw.
So you know,
medium rare.
Medium rare today. Medium rare and then fully rare.
No, don't get too raw.
Next time.
We're gonna keep it in the medium.
In the medium only? Well, right now I'm gonna keep it in the medium, but I'm gonna give you guys enough to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I have a background in psychology, guys. So I'm always I can't help but to always try to pull back the layers and psychoanalyze my loved ones in particular when they have different nuances that they go through. But Mr. Singleton here in particular, he has always had the tendency, because of so many things, and we'll, you know, there'll be enough vlogcasts to where we'll be able to really pull back the layers, and I'll be able to kind of share with you what I've discovered with this great man over the years. But one of the things that he does, and he's very particular about, and I think that this is part actor in him, and it's also part him just being an extremely focused and extremely fixated on certain things and certain getting to certain points and certain understandings because of his childhood and what he went through in his life. But he is very adamant on, and you guys will probably learn this in a more subtle way if you pay attention, but he's very adamant in terms of getting answers to everything. Everything all the time. He wants to know. So let me tell you.
She was going. So
I know you guys didn't know where I was going. I was in a nice way. I didn't. Guys,
she's basically saying I'm anal. That's what.
I didn't say that.
I have fixations, but go ahead and finish.
I said fixation. But he has to know everything all the time, meaning that when he asks us, including the children, and they'll tell you that later, but if he asks you a question, you had better answer that question before you go into any kind of elaborate details about anything. And when you don't answer the question, he tends to respond like let me give you an example. So he'll say, so what did you eat for lunch? And I'll say, well, you know, I went to, what did you eat for lunch? Like he can't even process anything in the middle if you don't answer the question. Now mind you, I understand that it's important to answer questions, but sometimes you have to elaborate, right? To get some details.
Ma'am.
I'll let him get some words in and then
ma'am. May I?
This is real, y'all.
But no, what happens is she or the kids or whatever, they won't answer the question. I'll say, what'd you have for lunch? They say, well, you know, we went out and, you know, we did some things and we did this and we did that, and never tell me what they had for lunch. That's the reason why I come back and say, okay, but what did you have for lunch? The question. Could you answer the question, please? The question, that's all it is. I'm just trying to get answers to questions, and I don't get answers to questions, and I come back and ask again, and they take it as me being anal or being fixated on something, on wanting answers. But no, it stems from my childhood. It's a combination of that and wanting to that along with being a theater major. As a theater major, as an actor, you ask many questions. It's called, the way I learned it as as being a character river. Character river meaning know every single thing there is to know about your character. So the two combined, and with me having no control when I was a kid, I felt like I didn't have much control coming up in the projects and dealing with physical abuse and mental abuse and not being able to do anything about it, and being in that situation, in that environment, not being able to get out because I wasn't old enough to really work, officially work, although I worked. I did some work, I did a little work, some work over there on the side that people don't talk about on the side.
Not in this episode.
But my drug escapades, that stuff, and soul canning. I did a lot of stuff like that, but I couldn't get out of that environment, so I didn't have any control. But when I got older, my goal, my intention was to have control over me and everything that related to me and every question that I asked, meaning getting an answer for those questions. But all right, so I had to get that squared away, guys.
It's important to get those answers. And sometimes it's just, being able to have, the discipline and patience to wait for the answer. Because we usually get to it. It's just that, we like to elaborate. I like to elaborate a little bit.
It wasn't a booger. It was just a little ash
sure?
right there. I got off. Yeah, I got it off. But I'm sorry.
I just like to elaborate on some things. So sometimes it takes me a while. But what we dealt with before this video had nothing to do with me elaborating. It had everything to do with me being, jumping to conclusions and kind of, taking in and remembering some of the frustration that came from other conversations when it was him interrupting and wanting an answer and having a certain type of tone. And I knew that that's what, that's where he was going with it when he interjected and cut me off to get an answer. I expected that when I said, I don't know, that when he came back and asked, that I didn't give him the answer that he wanted, or so it was a bit of a misunderstanding, but also me, just revisiting some previous conversations and situations that we've had many times in the past where, IronE wanted to kind of get to the point. So that's kind of what it was. And that's what we do. We jump to conclusions.
And ultimately, we end up working things out. We better, right? We end up working things out and working through things.
Roommates.
Through what?
Literally.
Communication.
That's exactly it.
Communication is the key, and that's something that we talk about in our production of White Man, Black Man, Jew Man. We talk about communication solving all problems, pretty much all problems, as long as it doesn't reach a climax to where people can't come back from the problem, meaning violence that may take somebody's life. And that's what I learned coming up in the projects. A lot of the friends that I lost, they died over senselessness, miscommunication over basketball nets. $2 basketball nets, I lost a friend because there was no communication there. Just many issues can be solved just through simple communication. And that's mainly what we're about. We're going to talk about, although again, like I said earlier, this is the introductory phase of the show. This is episode 1, and I'm really excited about this. So we're basically just kind of giving you an idea of who we are and how we tick. And a lot of our conversations will revolve around our relationship and how we handle those things, how we handle our grievances towards one another. And our relationship with our children. You're going to hear a lot of talk about our children and how we've raised our kids, who are now 21, Heaven, that's our older daughter, and then our middle child is Nevaeh, which is Heaven spelled backwards, and she's 18. She's a freshman in college. And our Heaven is a senior in college, and our son, who is 15 years old, Ethereal Zephyr Singleton. We call him Easy, so we don't want to leave him out of things. Ethereal meaning heavenly. So we were like, okay, that sounds like that's a boy's name. That's like a unisex name, Ethereal, I guess. More so boy than girl, right? So that
I think so.
yeah, so that worked out. We didn't leave him out of the mix by calling them Heaven, Nev, Michael. Like, like how did that happen?
And you did a good job of that too. You came up with Heaven, and I came up with Neve. I don't think he likes to give me credit for that, but then you came up with Ethereal as well. So
that was my palindrome. I thought a palindrome would be nice. I said, what's it called? An emagon. Emagon is one when the word is backwards. You take that word and then you spell it backwards, and that's what we got. Palindrome. And then, but there's another one too. Allegon. I'm gonna have to look that up. You can write us.
That one I haven't heard of.
Well, if you guys have the answer, then write us and let us know. Booking at IronE Singleton or
booking at IroneSingleton.com.
And
is that where we want them to send it? We have
what do we want them to send?
A slew of email addresses.
Yeah, we got a slew.
We haven't thought about an email address specifically for the blog. We probably should set one up so that it does not interfere with so many other things coming through. Might be tougher to manage that way. So we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have that posted or something like that. Yeah.
We'll set one up specific to the blog.
Yes.
I'm gonna pause.
She's leaving the set. She says. So we're back. It's in the raw. You didn't miss anything raw. It was just a technical issue, I guess. So we have that fixed.
Issue, which is maybe a slight one. We didn't know that one of the cameras wasn't recording.
Okay.
But that's okay. We'll
we got cameras.
We'll sync things in the editing room.
Yeah, we got the 3 camera trick going on around here, but this is the master.
Which reminds me, I am editing, so yeah. Who knows?
No, we have to keep it in the raw. Please write to Commaleta. Let her know that she has to keep it in the raw. BBTWD ITR. This is the microwave generation. The millennials, they love everything to just be like abbreviated. KFC and just BBTW, just letters. And I guess that's a catchy thing,
That's a lot of letters, though. BBTWD is a lot of letters by itself.
And then we had the ITR to it. We got the ABCs going on.
Might
as well say ABCs. Welcome to ABCDFG.
It's okay.
Okay. That's one of my corny jokes that they hardly ever laugh at. They're just like, okay, that is another corny joke. But no, I think that eventually we're going to have to do Shakespeare in abbreviations with just letters. To be or not to be. TBON TB. TBON.
This is the part of the show where he goes off on a corny tangent. We don't want to let him get too far, guys. So let's reel it in.
So another thing that inspired me to inspire us to want to do this, I was studying Gary Vaynerchuk. I really think right now he may be one of the most interesting individuals on planet Earth right now. So check him out, if you will. Check him out. He could be a bit colorful with his language.
Very colorful language.
Very colorful. So make sure, with the kids, if you don't want them to hear certain things, you may want to monitor it first. But he seems like a really good guy. I've never met him. And I like his approach to going about inspiring people. But he's like a media guru. He's big, he's marketing media guru, and he talked about the importance of staying in touch with your audience, expanding your brand through the internet, through social media. And that is what brought us here, because we have to get with the times. He's been ahead of the times, so we have to get with the times. And out of a lot of respect for him, I follow what he does. And Gary V, if you're watching this right now, I appreciate you. I appreciate you right now. The wife, she hasn't gotten in.
He's definitely exposing me to more of your content.
So I
am. Appreciate some of your philosophies.
Yes,
especially in your perspective on social media and marketing. So thank you for that.
But the most important thing about that is one word he uses frequently is empathy, meaning putting yourself in the shoes of another person, caring for other people. Respecting other people. That's what it's about. He has such a positive mindset, and that's where I think our mindsets coincide. So I was like, oh wow, he's similar to who we are. But if he were just this media marketing guru and it came across as a not so nice or positive individual, then I definitely would not plug him or shout him out. But he is one to be commended and applauded for his approach on things. The colorful language is different, to each his, her own. Yeah. But yeah, so communication, that's what it's all about, to make the world a better place. We see issues that people deal with in relationships. We have our family members and a lot of other people, given our travels around the world, people come to us with their problems, their issues, and we're constantly helping them to solve those issues with really, I think, practical answers. And we've had conversations between us, and for the longest, even one of our closest friends, Jasper, has implored us to write a book, or Hey, what up, Jay? What up, Jay? So to write a book on our journey here as parents, especially how we handle things with our kids. So you're in the future episodes, you're going to hear a lot about how we've raised our kids, because he thinks that it's so commendable the way we've gone about doing that. And so that is another thing about us here.
You guys make sure you reach out, say hi, thank Jasper for helping to inspire, encourage us to get to this point, because a big part of it was him, because saying, you guys need to write a book. Yeah. I think he said that probably at least twice, 3 times.
A lady, and now,
at least, at minimum, talk to me, and then probably more to Irene, because they spend so much time together on the road.
Yeah,
so
multiple.
They talk a lot.
He said it multiple times.
Many times.
So he helped to stir that pot and kind of, put that in mind. We had been discussing, like, eventually, yeah. But we think that this is the perfect time. So eventually we'll open it up for you guys to write questions to us about your relationship, because we're going to spill the beans. We're going to spill the beans, as if we haven't already done that, as if we haven't done it in the book.
Spilled even more.
Right, the beans are in the book. The beans are all over the place right now.
But there are a lot of beans, though. We got a lot of beans.
Jelly beans, black beans, black-eyed peas. We got peas too. Red beans and rice. So we've got a lot of food for thought for you all.
I like that. You see how he's a spit nasty, y'all? A lot of food for thought. Spitting off the beans.
A lot of food for thought, guys. And unfortunately, this show is coming to an end. But we just wanted to kind of give you, a little brief look, a glimpse into our world. And I'm really excited right now. I could go another 5 hours, but you're gonna have to just tune in for more. Right. We're gonna have lots of fun on this show. Eventually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's another thing about us. See, irony is when he thinks creativity, and when he thinks doing something like this type of project, his mind is like
She's
here.
basically talking about the size of my head.
All over the place.
This is how she gets her wise crack. She's talking about.
I was not talking about your head, but I was talking about just how your mind works. It's like your thoughts are like all over the place. And when I do things, of course, we complement each other well, I think, because of that. But my vision is here. I'm more focused, and I like structure, and not necessarily a script, but just talking points, or what are we going to talk about this episode? I don't even want to sit completely open. So I'm sitting here. If you notice, some of my facial expression is like we're off task. We're off task, Mr. Singleton.
Well,
we did not discuss being this far off task. But I think that as we do this more, and as you all give us your feedback in terms of things that you're interested in us talking about, sending us your questions, your comments, then that will help. Will help to encourage. So please, guys, help me out.
Encourage me to kind of narrow it down, rein things in, basically.
Yes.
But I don't, I'm not really about that though. But ultimately, of course, our goal is to inspire, motivate. If we haven't done much of that today, hopefully we've entertained you. Now that is coming. For those of you that know who we are, you know what we're about. So you can imagine what's to come. So we're going to get into the meat of it later. We're just kind of cracking the ice right now. This is the icebreaker. So for you guys that are like, who are they? What are they about? It's like we're fun. We're loving people. We like to have fun. We're humans. We're human beings. So we all are like that. Sometimes we like to have fun. We have our ups and downs in life. similar to BBTWD. It's all about, it's the journey in life. It's like it's like a roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster.
It is. Oh my
but
God.
but ultimately at the end of the day, we want you to be here. At the end of that roller coaster ride, we want you to end up on top. And it's all about, it starts with the mindset and truth and love.
And we want to help you to get from those, those what feel like bottomless pits a lot faster and a lot quicker, so that you elevate, helping you guys to know how to, quickly get to a point of positivity, elevating your mind and your spirit, so that you can help to, to continue to be progressive and productive in your lives and your careers, hopefully, and also help to spread the love and spread the positivity. So, that's kind of the ultimate goal, and helping them to understand our walk and how we do that for ourselves.
Yeah, and we've basically, fortunately, we've been able to do that according to what we've been told by lots of people, lots of fans, family around the world. And we're like, well, maybe we can expand this thing, broaden the brand or whatever, by creating a vlogcast. So hopefully you enjoyed this first episode, and we look forward to you tuning in to episode 2. And unfortunately, we ran out of time. So Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, we can't have him on the show. We ran out of time. So hopefully next time. Yeah, that's that Jimmy Kimmel spinoff type deal, right? That's that's like a play on the Jimmy Kimmel thing with Matt Damon, right? So I'll probably be saying that every show. I like that. That's pretty cool. But no, Gary V is a big inspiration. So one of these days we may even have him on the show. How about that? We love you guys. I love you. We love you. And we wish you nothing but the best. And love each other, because it's free.
It is free.
Until next time. Deuces.
A brand new house, the American dream is what it's all about. White picket fence, a couple of whips, a couple of chicks, a couple of flicks. I'm for sure the division of Moses was not really about keeping up with the Joneses. From me to you, you better know this, man. Let my people go, go, go.
I'm eccentric, controversial. I'm political, somewhat subliminal. Philanthropic, non-conformist, so I'm criminal.